Hold on, let me back to doing videos as I normally did in the past. You know, I just, without even thinking about it, got influenced to get this from that store, liquor store right up the street. Very nice people in it. Ginger, energy booster. It's a liquor store, but I wasn't going to just get that. It's got orange juice, everything organic. I've never seen that before. So anyways, with that being said, I went in there and I noticed that as soon as I came out, it had the same effect, that almond oil, as I was told by my child spirit guide, one of my spirit guides, would work, which is to reset everything. I'm going to preface this by saying this right now. In the middle of the night, you know, I'm kind of wondering, because I'm looking back at Malibu to try to find the identity of the people who put this shit on me. You know, I'm wondering if this Barbarina person that they've been talking about could be this person here. I think her real name is Echeverry Yvette Ybarra. Alright, let me see if I could get it on tape. It keeps failing for some strange reason. Oh. Talking ass shit. Look at this bitch. She's looking directly at me. Swear, we good? We good? Sitting in my motherfucking car in this bitch. Hold on a second. What the motherfuckers trying to do? Got my motherfucking van. Shit, I'm trying to fucking clean up, going to the motherfucking city so I can get something straight. Yo, say, why the fuck you keep rolling up on my car, bitch? Get your ass the fuck up out of here. Get your ass out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No, get out of here. You take your fucking video of me and shit. Get your ass out of here. Stop game stopping me, white bitch. Get your fucking ass out of here. You too, motherfucker. I see you keep passing by every single fucking day. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on a second. Let me get something for your wetback ass. So I ain't gonna put up with that shit, man. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. The fuck out of here. Glad I captured that shit on tape. You know, a lot of them motherfuckers up there interconnected. Anyways, with that being said, in the middle of the night, so as to keep me from escaping the curse, I played frequencies. I played binaural beats all night. You know, there's very good frequencies that can put you back together, especially if somebody takes something from you. 962 hertz is very effective along with 960, but 960 don't get shit back. It just keeps very low vibrational entities and people away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4 hertz is very good for putting yourself back together, and 3002 hertz is great for putting you back together and quickly as you should. With that being said, that's the same effect that this had on me. It started putting me back together. My shit's still externalized. I need to find a way to fix that, as I should be, very, very quickly. And I usually don't, go to that convenience store. I usually go to the store. Very, very nice people over there as well. Hey, how you doing, sir? Or else the other place right across the street. And, I felt influenced to go over there. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. These people have been attempting, it's something about, like I said, my case, is very complicated. And it involves, I didn't want to believe this either, but me being soul swapped and taken out of my body. And placed, I had to do it myself through my third eye, place myself in a different timeline and body, because they had me stuck in the spirit jar. You can use 156 hertz to free yourself from spirit jars. But anyways, it involves different timelines. Like I said, I felt it the other day when I saw, like, the energy in the astral plane is muddy gray, dead gray. My dad and my mother, they tried to kill them in the middle of the night. To revive dead bodies in the astral plane, use 3517 hertz along with 3571 hertz to put yourself back together, to put a dead body in the astral plane back together. And there's another one for physical bodies that can be used to reanimate physical bodies in the 3D, especially the higher 3D. With that being said, like I said before, I'll show you my phones. I didn't want to believe it. But I remember that night when I was told not to drink. I was told something about Baron Samedi would come and wipe them motherfuckers out, the real one, and, forbid me for a minute from drinking because of the curse. With that being said, I had, I'm going to say this right now, which is about a week ago, which is the basis for Astral World. I witnessed that person who took over my body. I got an Ashley, I think Terrell or Terrence or Lawrence, Ashley Hampstead, somebody from Desperate, Louisiana, who, I don't know if these people, if they just look at you and they can push it on you, they're roach attachments, but who befell to the same curse, big old nasty looking white girl. I was told that when she was alive, she looked like this, and then in the astral plane, she looked like this. On the other hand, looked like a big hulking motherfucker, because I don't, favor femininity in the conventional sense. I'm only wearing this because I'm not big on buying clothes, and I'm very utilitarian. I just use what's necessary, what made sense at the time. But she died, and this kind of jives with what I'm about to talk about with Zendaya in the future. I keep getting psychic attacks every time I'm ready to talk about the correlation between her ending up in the ER, having a rash, and this curse that befell me. From what I understand, she got that in 2017. The person who took over my body died in 2016. Hers was 2017, the rash thing, but that woman died in 2016. And she was told that she would be able to leave the roach realm at some point. She was literally in it, and then take over the body of somebody who wasn't appreciating my blessings. And really it was because, he was, Baron Samedi was nowhere near as bad as them wetbacks. He was blocking me. He had me in an armored tank in the astral plane from being able to access and make use of my blessings as a sacrifice. But he ensured it wasn't extreme like what I'm dealing with. Like with these people I heard in the astral plane, they uttered curses, the people, the Det Yabar or Echeverry or something, going back to Miracle Mile, Ingrid Hybert, curses of, I want you to have nothing. Look, I feel something controlling my fucking consciousness right now as I talk. I'm trying to remember. Barbara and David Rayner, they're popularly known, but could be Benavidez. I was told that unlike the other motherfuckers, their curses were, I don't want her to have anything, I don't want her to be anything. One of the things they wanted me to end up in is Kew Gardens, and also end up married to a schizophrenic, nasty-looking white guy with half-white fucking little half-cracker kids living in a fucking tow yard. Those were the curses that they placed on me. And I felt it early this morning when they tried to gain control of a part of my consciousness that's very vital to my identity. I felt something right behind me, as a matter of fact. I think it's connected to that Mikey Hernandez motherfucker here. Try to control me. With that being said, and tell me what to say. Anyways, with that being said, I was running in the park that night. I remember a week before seeing this Ashley Terrere, or Victoria Veronica Terrere. That's a pretty name. Or Ashley Hampstead, Ashley Terrell, Terry. With her ancestors, which, who were from Louisiana, signing a soul contract. And I ended up in the roach realm. And, the correlation between that is, that night when I was running in the park in Santa Monica, I was drinking vodka at the time. There was a liquor store right up the street, and the guy was very, very level-headed. And the next day, he was the first one to say to me that he got a weird call from somebody sounding exactly like me through static, saying I need help. And he asked me, is everything okay? And that's usually the sign of a ghost. With that being said, from what I understand, soul consciousness is supposed to be still back there. But anyways, with that being said, from what I understand, I was, I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to remember, my whole soul consciousness is supposed to be back there. It's something. Anyways, with that being said, I remember somebody slapping their timelines on my back, and I could feel it physically, and I looked back behind me, and there was nobody there. And I was being, in many ways, intuitively, spiritually, from their own root attachments, told, do not drink. I can drink the next day, I can drink the week after, drink with my, a good friend of mine who's Native American, but don't touch that shit. Don't touch it that night, and I did. And I was on the last whatchamacallit of my consciousness, my child consciousness. And then the next day, it felt weird. It felt surreal like it does now. I died again on May the 1st, 2024 because of Mikey Hernandez and wetbacks at that Botanical on 8704 Broadway Street. But anyways, with that being said, it's like the minute I even think about something in my own consciousness, my shit's so spread out that this shit will attack it and have dangerous physical consequences. I gotta get this shit under control. With that being said, let me try to get back to what I was gonna say, man, because I can't deal with this shit. I can't. This ain't workable. Having my consciousness exposed like this and all out of whack like this. With that being said, I remember going back then trying to get back into my body and being blocked by Alex Nascimento or Guru from being able to get back unless I signed a soul contract and I say, bitch, that's my body. You don't have a right to take that or give it to anybody else. I never signed on any soul contracts to agree to that. I never concurred with that shit in any form, shape, or manner or way. With that being said, I guess, like I said, I got shit fucking with my head right now, and I can physically feel it because they externalize your internal body to the astral plane, and that's the problem with this fucking curse. And make you feel you gotta maintain that shit to be able to get your shit back, so these evil ass roaches could feed. I remember the day they put that them roach attachments in, and they had a bunch of people's higher selves, these folks here.
You bitch, I know, motherfucker. You're coming over here to be a fucking organic portal. Organic portal is not about your socioeconomic status. It's about your consciousness. And many of them fucking, them bicyclist people that be passing by, they got a dead consciousness about them. I hate them. I don't like their energy at all. It's a deadness in their consciousness. It's just dead. They fucking organic portals to the fucking crisscross highest height of organic fucking portals.
Hello?
Yeah, who is this?
Hi. The other day there was a beautiful young girl who asked me if I needed help. I think it's you.
You don't have to.
But I want to help you. Do you know why? Because you got to get out of town. It's really bad here. I have intel on it. And you got to leave California or get out of town.
I think that you need to get the fuck up out of my face and you need to take your motherfucking white ass and go somewhere.
You don't want me to help you too?
I don't want your shit because you probably got that shit cursed. I'm looking at all your shit. You probably a witch. Take your ass and go.
No, I left all of them. That's why they want to harm me. I left all of the bad people. I left my husband.
No, I heard you in your thing talking about you gotta go.
All the money. I left everything. And I thought to myself,
I ain't buying her bullshit. She was telling me that she married to some old powerful ass motherfucker. She used to have like a Jeep. I don't know what to think. Let me throw these cards. I'm about to throw these cards. She was telling me you need to leave. And I heard that motherfucking bitch park right behind me the other day talking about you need to go. Go, leave. But in more of like a I don't like you sort of way. I pick up on that shit. I'm not stupid. People think you stupid. So she was say something to the effect of good luck or something like that, and put that shit on me. It was Ingrid Hyber and a bunch of other people. Anyways, with that being said, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. As I was saying before, I'm trying to collect my thoughts because I'm being fucked with right now by parasitic shit, or even shit. You know, with that being said, the curse that I'm facing is extremely complex because, you know, again, this is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. I gotta get my shit together because this shit likes causing confusion. But anyways, that's why I have to fucking stop. I'm gonna have to get this shit under control because before it gets even worse. But with that being said, as I said before, this curse that I'm facing is extremely complex. You know, it involves being placed in the roach realm, being heavily astral, body harvested.
Motherfuckers keep cutting me off from my real higher self. And this is a motherfucking shame. These things expect you to fucking quell your mind, like perfectly. And we're not talking about like in Buddhism where you silence your thoughts. You can't even go in your head because of this evil ass shit. So you can't do that. It's like being in a veritable roach realm in which I've been shown, people are covered in roaches and they perpetually eat you. They eat your consciousness like fucking zombies. I think that's how people in voodoo zombify people is through roach attachments. Just trying to remember. But as I said before, maybe the energy off of that guy over there. It's more than just putting yourself back together. Like I say, the whole soul consciousness sticking out because of this shit. They put a curse on one of my higher selves or some shit like that, put her in the roach realm. Right after she signed a soul contract or something, going all the way back to 2014, or I think right before this curse, the start of it. From what I saw, I was supposed to do a lot of great blessings in 2016, and when my higher self, a child, signed a soul contract with them wetbacks back in Miracle Mile, it fucked everything up. But I saw later, when I got taken out of my body, it was a grown-up higher self version of mine that looked like my child self that got thrown in the roach realm, and so did I, and got heavily energy harvested. With that being said, as I said before, this is an extremely hard curse to break because it's full of different layers. It's more than just putting yourself back together. It's the why behind why I got to put myself back together as that dude. It's the why behind why I have to put myself back together. And that's a large part of the problem. It's a large part of the problem. And with that being said, every single day at night, I get torn apart, disassembled, and destroyed, and heavily astral body harvested. Now, like I said before in the past, last night, I noticed that these evil motherfuckers were trying to set it up to where they take control over a part of my astral body, of my consciousness, which contains my identity, everything that makes me me. And it's connected, it got parsed out to Mikey Hernandez, Ingrid Hybert, damn near fucking full on destroyed. And I've just been working with and using frequency to be able to put myself back together. And I nearly had a lot of my stuff taken out yesterday. With that, I'm trying to remember everything that I was saying. I got to do something about this Alex Nascimento entity. I believe it's connected to these two fucking wetbacks. Spirit guide, look at him objectively, which we never were able to do before, and see that motherfucker's a curse and another curse. That motherfucker is meant to take your blessings like he did just now and disperse them to other fucking people. And he'll take control of your consciousness to be able to do that. And just like he did with my father, I actually tried to, on a bunch of occasions, using 3517 as well as 3571 hertz, with 3517 being the most effective, to rescue my fucking dad's highest self, going back to that August 22nd, 2022 timeline where he died in his sleep, to rescue him from Alex Nascimento and his higher self, as well as that Seamus Anderson entity. You know, the same thing with my mother, Ingrid Heiberg, and her variations. Like, she kept mixing herself, or that Yabar wetback motherfucker, I'm not really sure, mixing herself with my higher self, and then going in and taking control of my mother's consciousness. And I'm going to say this right now, my mother, she never really had like a major formal education, but she's definitely always had the intelligence and knowledge of somebody who's a Rhodes Scholar. And, you know, right after that curse, I'm going to say this right now, when they ended up in the Roach realm, it was 2 weeks after I heard them while I was in jail, you know, saying that they got stuck, woo-woo-woo-woo. They weren't able to break out. You know, hearing them being pulled into the Roach realm, their souls out of their bodies, and I rescued them during that time. I thought, you know, later on I found out I didn't. You know, they died in their sleep on June the 20th or June the 23rd, 2023. This is some extreme ass shit. Every time I start to get my shit back, I get attacked by entity attachments. You know, like I said before, I don't know if I missed this, you know, while doing a video, but they've been putting me under heavy ass curses, putting Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl on me, sacrificing, you know, as I witnessed last night, my poor dad to him, along with my mother. I called on Oshango. I called on Ogun, who's very, very great to call on to try to get rid of them. And wetbacks, you know, that wetback deity, you know, they're fucking energy vampires. Like I said before, you look at Southeast Asian demons and you look at their deities, and those motherfuckers are fucking demons. That's why they're fucking demonic as a group of people. You look at them cartel beheadings, you can't deny that. They had Kukulkan. He's an evil spirit. All you have to do is play 1185 hertz, 125 hertz, 156 hertz to release people from their realms. Because that's where, unlike Ogun, Oshango, and Yemaya, that's where their powers lie. You know, unlike Hecate and all of them, Thor, that's where them wetbacks' powers lie, is through sacrificing people. That's why I say they're the demonic-ass people. I don't deal with them. You know, you can look at it here. Sacrificed my father to Mikey Hernandez's ancestor, Dan Arcienega, as well as me, my mother as well, as, you know, through his Raziel, whose name is Elizondo Hernanin. He's probably going to change in the Astral Plane, so you can't find him, so use 694, 649 hertz. 637 hertz and 925 hertz, which is really transmutation for discernment. They were talking about that Kukulkan motherfucker using me to get fucking sacrifices for him. add insult to injury, I won't even see the motherfucking benefits. So, like I said, I'm going to try to cleanse myself of that evil ass shit today. It's the same thing with Alex Nascimento. He don't clear your roadways, but he'll give your blessings out to other fucking people, steal all your shit, and set you up, like if somebody tries to help you out, like them people were going to do at that Botanica until he turned them against me by going over there fucking with them damn people. He tries to set it up where, people get blocked from helping you by attacking them. I saw during this curse, they were trying to turn my dad, from what I understand, 2,000-something years after being stuck in hell realms. My dad's going to become a demon by the name of Theriel, who you can see here. Time I try to get my shit back, it used to be a barrage of entity attachments, and now that I'm barely at the soul consciousness level, they're putting fucking curse, especially that Mikey Hernandez motherfucking, his roach attachments that's tied to his higher to higher selves are inundating me under curses. And severe curses at that. So, So with that being said, I was just trying to use frequency right now. You can see frequency all around you. The light poles, when I've seen them in the astral plane, represents how our bodies are set up for frequency. That looks like a dead body way down there. Nah, that's just somebody pulling the shopping cart. I can't see on nearsighted. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. That Dan Arsenicus entity is something real fucking evil, and I gotta shake that motherfucker off. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this. It got set up. I saw in the spirit plane that they were working with because, from what I understand, look, as part of this curse, I had to do it. I dropped Baron Samity's dots a while back, so I can break free of this curse, because I was being fucked with by his entity attachment, which already had a curse within me, every single night, working with them evil ass people. But, from what I understand, it's tied to somebody else who was a part of this curse, but he would have to be given permission by them motherfuckers to be able to use it. Some type of permission. Like I said, my curse is very, very complex because it involves a soul contract I never consented to. That got me, with blessings that's meant to put me in hell realms and be given away to other people and, set me up to be a sacrifice, as well as Zeus, that's why, my original higher to higher selves during this curse were getting paid, from what I understand, to look the other way. But more so the higher to higher selves, not really the original higher to higher selves. And not even currently the higher self. But with that being said, it involves Zeus, it involves Satan, it involves going all the way up to God, God of the third, God of the eighth dimension. You know, it's very similar to what befell Kanye West. You know, so it's not just about taking something off. It's very complex. I got to get back in my original body, in my original timeline, because my whole soul is there. Because I'll still be out of whack. Etherically, astrally, you know, in terms of vessel, body. You know, like I said, it's a highly complex curse that involves many different layers. And I've been seeing it in the spiritual plane, in the astral plane with this curse. You know, and none of which I consented to. None of which I was even consulted for. And back in 2014, I even saw these entities come to me in the form of a skeleton from what I understand is supposed to be my future self. And I told him, get the fuck out of here. And I woke up with my third eye bleeding. I'll never forget it. And from what I understand now, when you wake up with your third eye bleeding, it's usually because, like, as part of curses, like they did, which I witnessed while I was in jail, they'll shoot you in your third eye, and that opens you up to spiritual and astral attacks. And ever since, you know, my spirit guides have been trying to put me back together, assemble me. But again, it's very complex because it involves being taken out of my body, broken timelines, having these motherfuckers perpetually try to disconnect me from that timeline, severed astral body parts that I have to get back to, you know, allow me to still keep me connected. You know, I believe that's the main reason why God and all of them in that timeline, going back to August 22nd, 2022, allowed for my parents to get taken out of their bodies and ultimately end up in hell realms. And then people don't deserve it. You know, I'm going to say this right now. God, who works with Satan, I even did a video article here a long time ago talking about it. Very evil motherfucker. You know, you got three different gods. You got the one of the spirit world, the realm of the light, which you would really want to work with. Then you got the one that rules the realm of darkness, which is Satan and Xenu. Xenu is actually, it's not just a Scientology made up entity, it's actually something that exists, and he rules the hell realms. It keeps turning off every time I talk. But as I was saying before, you got the God of the light, and the God of the light is the source. And that's the one that they're all connected to your consciousness. That's at the front of your head, the side, from what I recall. You know, the way our bodies in the astral plane as well as the physical are built and assembled, they look just like machines like you would see in the Matrix or in the Terminator. Then in the middle, you got in the back, the subconscious, which is the hell realms. You know, when you die and you go into your consciousness, if you're meant to go into a hell realm, you go into your subconsciousness. Usually when you die, you go into your consciousness when you die. Different aspects of it. And then you'll be connected to the deity or whatever you're under. It could be ancestral realms. It could be your own. Like I remember a long time ago, a Cuban shaman was telling me that they had a woman in my old apartment in Miracle Mile, 637 Hauser Boulevard, apartment number 5, who was still stuck in the 50s. And that was her version of heaven. You know, you go into your own consciousness to pick your own versions of heaven. With that being said, you got You got your own, in the back, you got Xenu and Satan rule. And as I was saying before, right before the camera shut off, Xenu isn't just a fictional entity. Just like with Quetzalcoatl, he actually exists. Aleister Crowley, I believe, talked about, and we called him Lamb or Awash. You know, you think of Lamb, Jesus Christ, sacrifice, cutting up his body and parceling in it, the body and blood of Jesus Christ. That was a sacrifice. You think about that, and it all connotes back to, let's see, you know, to, I don't want to say the occult, but sacrifice, dark realms. Here, your boy talked about AWAS here.